Is it better to be loved or feared?
That's a good question. It's nice to be both, but it's very difficult. But if I had my choice, I would rather be feared. Fear lasts longer than love. Friendships that are bought with money mean nothing. You see how it is around here. I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny. It's fear that keeps them loyal to me. But the trick is not to be hated. That's why I treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just enough where they need me, but they don't hate me. Don't forget what I'm telling you.
Oh, what up, folks? I was a couple of minutes late. Sorry about that. My apologies, but welcome back to another amazing episode of the One Down Podcast. And today is July 16th. What up, 71? Thank you for tapping in, my brother. And I want to say thank you to any of you new viewers or listeners out there for the first time. My name is Goldie DeWitt, and you are tuned in to the One Down Podcast. What's up, Links? And again, when I look this way, I'm looking over here to the chat screen. Holy shit. Bipolar Red. What's up? My excitement is something that I want to share with everybody. And I want to share it because it's important for people to know that Matt, what up, Matt? Right on, brother. Oh shit, Matt. You know what? As soon as this is over, call me directly. I'm glad you tapped in, bro. As soon as this is over, call me directly. All right. What up, Spotville? But yeah, it's important for people to know that, seeing someone happy is a message. And it's a reason that you're seeing them happy. And it's not just for them, it's for you too. You as well. Because there's a lot of people in this world who are actually living such a life to where they really think that things are over. Things cannot be rebuilt. They cannot be reestablished. They've given up hope. And that's not the case. As long as you woke up to a new day, a new opportunity. And I say all that because it's been 30 years. October 29th, 1996. October 29th, 1996. When, what up, Chris? What up, Jackie? When I was 24 years old, 24, and now I'm 54. When I sat in my bedroom and I decided to, in my words, create an empire. And I didn't really know where it was going to go, but I knew I could do it. Did I know the magnitude of it? No, I didn't. And 30 years later, 30 years in this relationship, I sit here smiling, happy, still 30 years later, living in the honeymoon of the relationship with One Down. And again, I say this because I want people to know that, you cannot give up. Number one, on yourself. You can never give up on yourself. Number two, you can't allow any person, any force to come in between you and your passion, in between you and what motivates, stimulates, and makes you happy. You have to fight for that. You know, what up, D? Good to see you. And thank you, Chris. And I say that because, you know, the wicked side of life will send, you know, its poison from different angles to distract you, to take you from it, to inject disappointment, to inject fear, to inject anything it can to destroy, you know, your vision or your plans. What's happening, Mary Bella? Oh, thank you, man. Thank you very much, Bull. Much love and respect. I'm very, very happy for this rebuilding, this rebooting of One Down. And I knew something would happen big this year because, like I said, from 1986, every 10 years, something big has happened. In 86, 96, 2006, and now here we are, 2026. So every 10 years, I've truly, truly had something big and amazing happen. In this year, for 2026, it's been big, you know, and it's everything that I wanted plus more. And the spirits wouldn't put nothing in my lap that I couldn't handle. And this is everything that I can easily take care of, handle, groom, program, and birth, you know, to reboot this motorcycle club 30 years later with 30 years of experience, 30 years of resources, 30 years of, you know, respect that I've earned throughout the United States, throughout Southern California, and beyond, from people that I know directly, people that I know indirectly, and I'm taking all that and I'm re-injecting it into One Down. I want this to be something amazing for me and every single person that, you know, steps up to take part in sharing their life with One Down. What's happening, Curtis? Good to see everybody. I am really happy at the response that I've gotten from men that have chosen to commit their life to make their commitment to prospect to One Down MC. And like I said, I'm and this guy right here, Red, you will see more of him. You will see more of Coco. You will see more of Jarrell. You will see more of Big Big Ray. You'll see more of Ryan. You'll see more of Brian, Johnny, uh, um, um, uh, um, you know how they do it on when they do awards and they forget people's names. That's part of what I'm doing right now. But and plus I just don't want to name everybody's names. I'm saying too much. But the list goes on, and there's brothers that are still coming aboard. And this is yep, there you go. Chauncey, you know, much love, man. And there's cats that are, you know, about to make that commitment. And, you know, so far from what I'm seeing, feeling, these brothers are all righteous. And I'd be surprised to see any of them drop. I'd be surprised. But I do know that it won't be because of me or the club. It would be something, you know, on them, on their side of the fence. Surprisingly, I would, you know. And I'm really happy because these are all the men that, you know, I hoped for, I prayed for. What did it say? I'm going to make my way in the future for sure. Right on, Chris. And Red said, one down for life. I'm here to stay. Right on. What up, Steve? This motorcycle club life, it's a family. Like I said, it's a family beyond what most of us who have families really had the chance or get the chance to, you know, experience that. What up, Gene? Jarrell tapping in. Right on, man. Good to see everybody. So this, oh yeah, I still got that up there. There you go. Boom. Yeah. But, let me see. Oh, right on. Thank you. Thank you very much. I also want to mention, you know, the women that have stepped up to commit themselves to the all-female club, Beautiful Ones MC. All these women are showing here and here what it takes to represent an all-female club that stands on class and respect. And that class and that respect that is demanded, it is pressed on them by the standards that I have set forth for one down for the past 30 years. There is no compromising. There is no bending the rules. There is no favors. The women that are going to represent Beautiful Ones MC, they don't have no choice but to represent themselves with class and respect all the time. All the time. These women are experiencing something 90+% of women don't experience, don't get the chance to experience, and that's being in a group of women that are not on some two-faced bullshit. I don't play that at all. I don't play it. These women are all equal. You hear that? Equal. And they must respect each other. There's no little pockets, no little groups. These women are mature. They have to be. They're not allowed to take to the internet and vent. They're not allowed to do some immature stuff that some women do. Displaying their personal information on the internet. You know, creating an energy to where one of them might think she's better than the other or better than all. None of that's allowed. And when I put this out there, it actually speaks to a certain type of woman who's looking for a club that they can dedicate themselves to that stands on that. What up, Brian? What up, 36? And you know, I'm involved, but let's just say I'm on the sideline. They gonna be on the field handling the game, but what I say from the sideline is what's gonna win the game. Now, to say it's a game, no, it's not a game. It's a lifestyle. And let's just say to be successful in this lifestyle, because I'm not going to compare it to a game, to be successful in this, successful with keeping the name clean, successful with keeping relationships strong, successful with the longevity of being a solid member to the club. Let me see, Cody. Nothing is impossible. Oh, we got Charles Williams. For me, Goldie, nothing is impossible to Christ, and I learning that through years of life. Big Charles, the champ, FHO out of Illinois. Right on, brother. Thank you very much. Links will send even loved ones to destroy you. That's facts. That is facts, Links. And I'm just going to say what Links just wrote right there. She's speaking facts, and she said that for a reason. And she's saying it because it is something that she, you know, has experienced, and she wants people to know that, you know, the devil will dress up even a relative to, you know, come at you. The Beautiful Ones MC, all females, located in Riverside, California, is the doors are open for women that are looking for a motorcycle club. And the women's biggest hesitation is they just don't trust females. That's women's biggest issue. Females do not trust females. And let me see. Words not just for MC, but for business and life when it comes to keeping the name clean. Legit. That's right. Thank you, my brother. And this brother right here, going on 40 years I've known him. Going on 40 years. If not a little bit more, but going on 40 years, you know. Going on probably 38 years. And 6'8", I think. I don't know. Juan, are you 6'8", 6'7"? Something like that. We got a good thing over here at One Down. And I'm very, very proud of what I've successfully done. And the successful part is still being relevant. 30 years and still being active. 30 years and still being excited and happy. You know, I'm calling that success. And being able to rebuild this club 30 years later, you know? So, and again, I say all this because there are people who need to see this and know that if I can do it, you can do it. You know, as they say, I get up in the morning, my feet hit the floor just like y'all's. I shower, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, just like a whole lot of people out there. I'm not going to say everybody because there's some motherfuckers who just don't do all that, you know. What up, Charles? Thank you, brother. Hold on, I'm trying to catch these and the disrespectful men that don't know how not to cross the line. So there's people tapping in. But again, thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for interacting in the chat. Today, you know, I obviously feel like I just wanted to speak on some stuff, and it's not just for me. It's to motivate people out there. And the motivation is needed because it's a lot of people that's not feeling confident nowadays, just not feeling confident. They're feeling intimidated. They're feeling weak. They want to give up. They don't feel strong enough to, you know, handle situations. And one of them off the back is you can see how real this is by how people are treating their bodies, you know. And a lot of people just don't want to put in the work to eat clean, eat healthy. A lot of people have decided to subject themselves to just all subject themselves to all the peptides and just the easy injections and shots and stuff like that. And they feel that, I'm assuming they feel that they're not going to live long anyway, so they're just going to try to get the best out of it now. It don't work like that. The spirits will keep your ass right here and make you suffer through it all if that's your plan. And that's facts. You know, I'm smiling. I'm happy. My teeth look cool. My skin is all right. I'm 54 years old. I'm not starving for anything in life. But it don't mean that this is where it's going to be forever. I am planning to the best that I can to ensure a bright future for this motorcycle club, for One Down, you know, the empire, a better, healthier future for myself. And I say it because I know that this moment is just not forever. All this can change in a hot second. So I'm constantly doing my best to protect myself, protect the name of One Down, protect the members of One Down, protect the affiliates that got love for One Down, you know. What up, Trish? And much love to you, Trish. What up, T Ratchet? And you have to stand strong 24/7. You cannot have a weak moment. And that's something that I don't allow myself to do, is have a weak moment, because that's an invitation for the devil to come through that door. You know, what's happening, Mondo? Good to see everybody. People don't have role models now. They don't have people to look up to. They don't have people to just feel like they can relate to that person. You know, you got people in friendships, you got people in relationships, you got parents, you got kids, and these relationships, unfortunately, they have barriers. And one of them is simply just trying to tell the other person something righteous that they know that could be helpful. But that other person just don't want to hear it because it's coming from that motherfucker. But if it came from somebody else, it would be absorbed correctly. So I feel like I'm that other person a lot of times that has been put in the position to bring a message to certain people, a lot of people. What up, Luther? You know, us in these motorcycle clubs, we don't have that much. We don't have as much as what people think we have when it comes to what's in the lifestyle. They think that you have this amazing relationship with every single person in the motorcycle club culture. And that's not true. That's like assuming that you are close to every single person, every person in your family, every one of them on your mama's side, your daddy's side. And we all know that's not true, you know? And so I say that because some people find themselves, they might get a little jealous thinking that you have so much of this, you know? But in this world, in this motorcycle club lifestyle, you know, you do got some really, really, really solid cats that you can depend on. And you got some that, you know, you just can't depend on. And with that, you have to find, you know, the strength to be connected to the core of your club and the spirit, and not make your relationship based on individuals. You know, I always tell people, if you want to get close to me, you got to get to the nucleus, to the middle of one down. Get attached to that, because that's where I'm at. Because that's what I'm attached to. If I was attached or found myself attached to one single person or some people throughout these 30 years, I would have folded a long time ago. But I've always believed in the spirit of one down. And that's where my attachment is at. So today, the topic for this one was, I'm looking it up real quick. The topic, I got a little twist for it. It says, can a biker live two different lives? Can a biker live two different lives? And for people that are truly in this lifestyle, that live it, right off the rip, they all say yes. They all say yes. Now, ultimately, I'm going to agree with that. Can a biker live two different lifestyles? Yes. But I do want to touch on something that we, as I'm going to say, like, motherfuckers who are really in these clubs, really, really in this lifestyle, there's a certain type of so-called biker that we know he cannot live two lifestyles. We know he only lives one because we know who he is, and we don't bless him. We don't grant him that privilege to live two different lives. And this particular biker, I love your vision. Let me see. Charles Washington. I love your vision. You're talking about grown women acting like the queens that they are praying for, you and the gift that God gave you, my brother, by making men and women better. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Charles. Thank you very much. So this one particular biker that cannot live two different lives. This is the one that we know who this cat really, really is. We know. Let me just say right now, I'm speaking on the men's side of the motorcycle club's life, the men's side. This is a dude that we either went to high school with, we grew up with. So one, we went to high school with him, or we grew up with him. So basically I'm saying we've known this dude from back in the day. Okay. And we know he's a buster. We know this. We know he is soft as baby poop. Always been that way. But what he did was he made his way to one of the big clubs. All right. One of the big clubs. And how in the fudge did he get into that club? It could have been a couple of different doors that opened up for him. And one of them is that club was desperate. Okay. Desperate for numbers. All right. And they slid him in. And when that happens, it makes you kind of side-eye that club like, I thought y'all was better than that. Because you know that this cat that they lit in is a buster. He's weak. He don't stand on shit. But they lit him in. And now he did it for what? Why did he go to that club? Protection, to make himself look like he's that guy when we know you're not. So we never look at him as one of them. We never accept it. We always look at him as a buster. So he is trying to live, two different lives. From being the cat that we really know he is, and now trying to fit this role in this big club. And even the costume that he puts on doesn't even look like he belongs in those colors. It looks like a costume on him. So the two different lives that he that he's trying to fake as if, let's just say he's this guy who lives his domestic life, and then he lives this life in one of the bigger clubs, and then he puts on this costume with his, hard energy when he gets in that club. But man, I'm telling you, we don't see that. We just still see the weenie ass dude that we've always seen and that we always know. And we respect the club. We respect the club. We respect the other cats that we know that stand on principle for that club, and we know their background. But this one, hell no. So he's not the one that's living two different lives. He lives one life as a buster that we will never let go of because we know who he is from the root. So that's the one cat that no matter what he does, he ain't living two different lives, because we really know who that fool is. Now, the other cat that lives two different lives, a lot of people do it. A whole lot of motorcycle club members do it. They have to. They absolutely have to. You know, they have a personal life and a work life that needs to not intertwine itself with their club life. And club life is something for a lot of people they do keep confidential. And that is totally okay to do that. It's totally okay. Because technically, for the most, in my opinion, you do not want to mix club life with personal life. You don't want to do that. You don't need to do that. Or club life with work life. In some situations, with some occupations, you know, it's just best that they don't know that you are in a motorcycle club. That's your personal life. Just keep it to yourself. You can be in a motorcycle club for years and not be in pictures. Point blank, not be in pictures. And plenty of people do it. You can be in a motorcycle club for years and your face can be behind bandanas for years with nobody knowing it's you. For like in my club, we got rules, you know. Ain't nobody running around just taking pictures, posting stuff. One, what we do ain't nobody's business. Where we go ain't nobody's business. If there's some footage, you know, captured, you know, it'll be approved first before it's just put out there. And even with, you know, the new rebuilding of this club, you know, with, you know, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, stuff was different. You know, 30 years ago, there was no MySpace. Then you had MySpace, then social media. You had Facebook and all that stuff. So now, you know, let's see. Oh, wow. So now I have to make sure that I incorporate some new updated rules for this new lifestyle that's out there 30 years later that I'm now relaunching this club. And these rules are rules that will help protect this club, protect the members, and also, you know, encourage people who are looking for a club to come to this club. Because the rules that are set in place are rules that they would find appealing for keeping their business confidential, which is truly the original, you know, nature of this lifestyle. It was supposed to be a very mystique lifestyle. It was not supposed to be something everybody knew about. In my opinion, my personal opinion, you know, a clubhouse is a house. And, you know, I don't think people make it a practice to walk through their home where they lay their head. People that was built like me, okay? And just showing complete video footage throughout their entire house. The front living room, the bedrooms, the kitchen, the bathroom, the garage, the basement, just showing everything from the front door to the back door. People didn't do that back then. You know, people really didn't even like people coming into their house unless you was really family. And I say that because now, you know, people got their clubhouses from the front to the back, inside, everywhere, all over the internet. And I understand you probably feel like, we ain't doing nothing illegal, so what? But it's still truly not its truest nature of how mystique this lifestyle is supposed to be. When somebody come into your clubhouse, it's supposed to be, oh man, yeah. I made it in there, man. It was nice. You know? Oh, what did it look like? Shit, man. You're gonna have to make your way over there. You'll see it if you do. Have people respect your spot, you know, and you got to tell them, you know, hey brother, when you leave here, man, just keep this to yourself. Oh, right on. Yeah. And if you ever heard that they spoke on it, they are not coming back. Simple as that. What up, Veronica? The mystiqueness of this lifestyle is something that I personally truly do hold valuable to how I really believe it should be. And that's where I say I don't compromise on that. You know, keeping one down's business is something that I truly stand strong on. And this is something that I have to really make sure that these beautiful ones and even the men in this club, One Down MC, understand how serious that is. Let me see if I'll share two of my rules, maybe two or three of them, that the entire club, One Down MC and the beautiful ones, you know, will be signing. Let's see. Out of the 10, here is one of them. One of them is, let me see. One of them is, we do not place flyers or links into our club chats for GoFundMes or any type of fundraisers. Your family, friends, or coworkers' affairs are not the financial responsibility of this club. We do not do fundraisers. Why did I make this a rule? Because I've never been a fan of getting a text message and somebody sent me a link to a GoFundMe. I find that disrespectful. I've seen people get in their feelings about putting out a flyer or you got people who will say, pray for my coworker's daughter's son. I don't know who that is. And then they send a link. And the link is a GoFundMe asking for money. And the person who posted it knows nobody knows that person. But they're going to get in their feelings because nobody donated. Times are hard today. Times are hard yesterday. Times will be harder tomorrow. People's financial situations are their financial situations. And this is something that I do respect. Okay. I don't expect people in my club to be in the same financial situation that I am in. And on the flip side of that, I'm not going to be Captain Save-A-Ho for nobody who's in a financial hardship situation just because they think my situation is better. Handle your shit, partner. You did that to yourself. Okay. So with this club, I don't allow a financial situation to be a thorn in the back of this club at all. So that's something that in these rules I put out there to keep any kind of funk from coming this way. Now, me personally experiencing a situation, I had this idiot dude that a lot of people know who is just full of SHIT. And this dude done been in about 37 different motorcycle clubs. Yep, you just said it. Him. Yeah, him. He got twisted up with somebody that I knew. And he created a GoFundMe for that person. So he sends the link out and then he sends it to me. I don't trust this guy. So I'm not sure if I contributed to it. I think I may have sent. 1, I don't trust him. 2, I didn't want to contribute. 3, I was pissed off that I think I went ahead and did it. I don't know if it was like $50. So I sent 50 and he flips it and says, now you see the value of where he is at. Look how much he sent. And that was one of the things that I told myself back then, I ain't getting caught up in this GoFundMe stuff no more, And ultimately, from what I remember, I don't even know if the money ever went to the person he created it for, So the things that I have set in place for this club is for a reason to protect the club from unnecessary junk, And I say this because I would hope that some other clubs could say to themselves, you know what? That's what we need to do too. All clubs need to just start cleaning their shit up. All right. And that way we'll have more in common with being able to focus on the good stuff. So I said 3 of them I'll share. I got 10 of them. But let's see. Let me see. Number 4. This is number 4, but this is the second one I'm going to share with you. Do not ask any member of the club if you can borrow money from them. Your financial issues are yours. You got yourself in that situation, and this club has never been a financial bailout for anyone. We stay away from money issues. I say that because borrowing money has destroyed some really good relationships in clubs. Destroyed them. You got people in the same club that have fought each other because of money and, ultimately killed each other because of money and just brought just a hell of a funk to a club and losing members because of it. So this is something that it's forbidden in this club, and it's for the best. And historically, this is something that never, far as I know, never has been an issue in this club. But it's become a rule now on paper that everybody will sign because life is different now. More people are in financial hardships and more people are weak now. Weak to where they're feeling sorry for people, knowing they shouldn't do it, but they still gonna do it. And they get their ass burnt. Okay. So I told myself I need to put this on paper so people know, you can't do that over here. And if you do it, you signing your own paperwork with your boot out this club, because it's forbidden. I'll share one more. One more. You know what? I'm going to give y'all two more. Two more because I really think y'all need this. All right. All right. We do not take to social media to air out any personal drama, club issues, or family issues. We handle all of our affairs with class and respect. We do not post, cry, vent, look for attention via social media at no capacity. This is something, again, that is, this right here wouldn't even be applicable or make sense 30 years ago. All right. And this is something that I have to put on paper for grown-ups. This ain't the motherfuckers in high school. This is for grown-ups. People from 21 years old up to 70 years old. Up to 70. I got to put this, because I'm sure there's people 80 years old, but just average speaking, from 21 to 70 years old, I got to put this on here to let them know you are not allowed to go to social media and get reckless and type and post immature, dumb stuff. You're not allowed to do that. In this club, you can't do that. If you have to do it and you really got to do it, then you are about to put yourself in a position where you will no longer be in the club, So if I put this on paper, hopefully it will prevent them from doing it. Okay. Now, if they want to go off and start a bunk account that has nothing to do with recognizing who really put that out there and they just needed to still get it out there, I can't control that. All right. But yeah, so that's another one that I put on paper. Now this is the fourth one that I'm gonna share, and I got 6 more, but I'm not gonna disclose those. But this is the fourth one. But in my document, it's the 10th one, and it is as it reads: your kids are your kids. They have nothing to do with the club. Keep your family life separate. Your spouse either supports you or they don't in this club life. Handle your situation. Your kids' birthdays, graduations, games, events are your duty, not the club's. Oh, I know there's people out there like, oh my God, this dude is hitting it. So why did I make this a rule, telling people your kids are your kids? Because this is a motorcycle club. That's what it is. It's a motorcycle club. It is not an organization that embraces the raising of your kids. What up, Carlos? That's for you to raise your kids. That's for you to embrace your kids. The club got love for your kids, but the club has plenty of duties and obligations to tend to, such as their own kids, such as their own personal life, such as work, such as their duties to the club. You got some people who don't have kids, and they don't have kids for a reason. You got some people who got 10 kids, and they're already maximized out with their own duties. You got people who got 2 kids in which they didn't even have them 2 motherfuckers. Okay. So I say all that because you got people who get into a club and they think that the club is now a support system for their kids' birthdays, events, and games, and quinceañeras, and whatever else it may be. And when nobody is able to attend, don't want to attend, they get in their feelings. So to prevent all of that, keep your family life to yourself. That's your family life, you know? Now, if you're in a club, and let's just say that, you know, you have experienced a certain relationship with a couple of people in your club, and they have kids, and you guys have linked up to go to Knoxbury Farm with the kids or Disneyland with the kids, so be it. That's cool. Building relationships is amazing. So now, when that birthday comes up for your kids, you can tap in with that particular person. You know, what up, KC? These 10 rules have everything to do with keeping the bullshit out the club. Point blank. That's the only way I can say it. Ask yourself, if they don't do it for you, about GoFundMe. Ask yourself if they do it for you, about GoFundMe. Not too sure what that means. You can retype it. But yeah, all of this is to, you know, keep things good. And I did write these 10 rules. At the bottom, it says the reason. The reason meaning the reason these 10 rules are in effect. The reason those 10 rules are in effect is because each one has proven to be an issue, a cancer, a problem that has led to members being kicked out bad or members dropping their colors and leaving the club. These 10 rules are in effect for a reason. If any of these rules are violated, you will be kicked out of the club. This is a motorcycle club that stands on class and respect, but we survive off of privacy. This is a motorcycle club, not an emotional therapy group. This is what I have to put into play in 2026 of being the founder of One Down for the past 30 years. This is the evolution of where things are at today in life. And most of those 10 have to do with money, social media, most of them, you know, and people keeping their mouth shut. All of those are cancers, destroyers to a motorcycle club, and technically to any private organization. The privacy of a motorcycle club in today's world is not respected because social media has become such a tool that people don't even know how to distinguish anymore what's private and what's not. So I make it a point to let people know what is private and what's private with One Down. Every motherfucking thing. Everything. So with that being said, let that be something that stimulates a potential person of interest to come this way, to say, you know what? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I like that. And that's something that's, you know, leaning me closer to coming to One Down for membership. Nobody wants to be in a club that puts all their business out there in the streets. I don't think so. I mean, there's probably are people, you know, but to me, those are not people who really, really built for club life. They built for a certain type of club life, but not the club life that I honor and respect and would want to be around. Let me see. So I hope in that when I spoke about the two different types of what was the name? What was the title of it? Let me see. Can a biker live two different lives? Yeah, so I spoke on that one. And then the second one was basically, yes, a lot of people do live two different lives. You have to. It's a private life, and the other life is, your club life. And there are people who have what do they call it? Top clearance, high security type positions, and they got a passion for the club life. And even though they have those top clearances and they're in a club that ain't with no bullshit, it's just a mom and pop friendly, amazing, beautiful club, they still know that for their best interest, it's not good that they publicly display that, And so I say that again to let people know, yes, if you have a job, a career that is sensitive to motorcycle club life, don't let that stop you. Okay. You can still be in a motorcycle club and it be something that is 100% confidential, not public. It's your extracurricular lifestyle that ain't nobody's business. And with that being said, this is why it's important to, keep things confidential in clubs. Nobody in my club is allowed to take pictures and put other members on the internet. No, did you ask that person, can you put them up there? You want to take a picture with somebody? You go right over there, take a picture where the background ain't even recognized. And you take a picture of y'all two. And as long as you agree and he agree, then you post it. But nope, don't take no pictures where you got 2 people or 13 people in the background from different clubs, and one of them wasn't supposed to be in the picture. So this is something that always happens everywhere. But this right here is something that I am enforcing from here on out. And it's something that all clubs should do. All clubs. There's some amazing people who would really join clubs if they just knew that motherfuckers put their cameras down and start to just respect privacy. So I'm putting it out there publicly that that's what One Down is going to stand on. If I show video footage, it's going to be of my club, those who want to be in the video, can afford to be in the video. If we're at an event, it's a picture that respects the privacy of the event and other people. I'm finding myself enjoying more and more of being able to sit here and chat through this live stream vessel to get the word out. It takes a certain type of talent. Kind of fucking crazy to just sit here and just talk to yourself for an hour. But it just feels natural, because I know that what I'm saying is, is really coming from, I'm a vessel for that. To all the prospects that have committed themselves to prospecting for One Down, I want to say thank you, brothers. I promise you, you will enjoy this. You will experience some of the best times of your life. Stand strong, stay loyal, stay dedicated. To the females that have committed yourself to Beautiful Ones MC, I want to say thank you. Listen to me. I'm not going to guide you in the wrong direction. You will hear a lot of, we don't do that over here. And image is everything. I respect women that represent themselves as a woman with class and respect. And this, by the end of the year, December, you know, it will be a good foundation that has been planted and laid with One Down MC and the Beautiful Ones. I don't know if I'm leaving anything out, but next Thursday I'll be back, and on Sundays, if any club, you know, has something that you want to tap in with One Down, all you got to do is just hit me up. And as long as your event is cool, ain't no knuckleheads there, you ain't got two different clubs showing up, they got beef with each other, you know, we will slide through and say what's happening. I do not put my club in harm's way at all just to go to somebody's event. Not at all. Not at all. And I don't chase the set at all. We our main priority is us enjoying each other first. You know, everything else comes second, you know, down the line. So much love and respect to everybody out there. I'm going to tell you, eat healthy. And that's another thing in this club. In this club, I said it, I'll say it again. We do eat healthy. All right. And we do make it a point to encourage each other to eat healthy. We do make it a point. Somebody comes into the club that's on the bigger side, we about to knock all that off. That's what we gonna do. So there are plenty benefits on committing yourself to One Down. And some people don't want to come this way because it's too much structure for them. And that's exactly the people I don't want coming this way. You gotta be one down motherfucker to come this way. Because you gotta be able to stand up on your own and come this way. Whether you call, send it through the website, you gotta do that. So again, the website is One Down, the number one, DOWNMC.com. That's the website. For men, go there, click contact, and fill out that form. For women interested in Beautiful Ones MC, do the same exact thing. And I will call you immediately right back. If you're coming from another motorcycle club, listen. You have to make sure your affairs are taken care of. Your financial affairs are taken care of. Everything that you need to surrender back to that club, you need to make sure you surrender it back to that club. That's the pretty much two things. Make sure your financial affairs are covered, cleared out, and you have surrendered all the belongings back to the club. Now, if your club has issues with you and your club is good with me, here's what could possibly happen. They're going to call and say, Goldie, I heard such and such coming your way. Man, I'm just letting you know that dude's a fucking piece of shit. Okay. So this could be something emotional that they just feel you're a buster, you're a piece of shit. And they might just speak on a one-time issue. that just they never let go of. Or no, he paid his dues all the time, but he just never show up to shit and always got excuses. And I just know that that's really not something you really would want to deal with. Or I might not hear from the other club at all. Or depending on the situation, I give them a call. Just know that, it ain't no funny business bullshit you coming this way and creating animosity with me and another club. You as one person is not worth the entire relationship that I have with another club. It's not worth it. So just make sure that you clear your affairs with the other club. And, I welcome you. Tell them, yeah, I'm going to one down. Ain't no secret. Same thing for females out there. Same exact thing. And if you're a female and you do not have a motorcycle, but you would like to commit yourself to One Down MC, yes, there's a place for that too. So you can fill that form out and put it in the description, and I'll get back with you. That's it. I'm working. I'm always working. I'm busy. I'm handling stuff, but I'm not too busy for this club, my lifestyle, my personal life, things that I need to handle. I'm not too busy for it. The way that I'm built, I perform better when I'm busy. When I get bored, that's when the old school stuff kicks in that I stay away from. And if you know what I mean, when cats like me get bored, that's why I ain't been in trouble for 30-something years since I started One Down. And before I started One Down, that's when I was bored and always being creative and always looking over my shoulder and worried about burp, burp. But now I've been straight, and that's the only way that I'm going to continue to live. So come on this way to One Down if you need to be around a very good positive influence, and that's me. I'm going to get your health right. I'm going to tell you, stop doing that bullshit. I'm going to tell you, we don't do that over here. I'm going to tell you, this is what you need to do to get your shit together, and you will see a difference in your life. That's my promise to you. And you can even ask people that, quote unquote, I don't fuck with no more, but they know I ain't never did nothing to them. I just don't fuck with them. But during the time that they was connected with me, best times of their life, point blank. The biggest problem they got now is the disconnect is there. But I'm that type. Oh man, I wish everybody who was under this umbrella was still standing strong with it. That's what I do wish. I do wish if everybody held their shit, this would be, one of the biggest, most amazing, empires ever. But, it wasn't supposed to be. Some people were supposed to come through for a short time, and my impact on them was something amazing, and they kept going. So I look at this kind of as like a university. People come through, and some people stay for a long time. Some people stay for a short time. But I really wish that it was a long time so people can really, really benefit from being connected with me. So much love and respect to everybody out there. Keep yourself cool. Thank you for tuning in with me. Thank you for giving me about 1 hour and 18 minutes of your time. This is valuable for me, valuable for you. And that's it. If y'all need anything motorcycle related, don't forget, I own a motorcycle shop in Riverside. It's called One Down Biker Supply House. I will hook you up. I'm just telling you that. I'll hook you up. I can get anything you need. Motorcycle club, motorcycle related. I got you. What up, Mo? All right, 36, all my brothers, much love. Patch holders, prospects, much love. Anybody from other clubs that's watching this right now, much love to you. Any of you suckers that's out there trying to get your shit together, you know, stand strong on that. And any of you females out there who really thinking about doing the club life, Beautiful Ones MC is the ultimate club that is going to preserve your name, keep you looking like a woman, and force people to treat you with class and respect. All right. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace. Veronica, Audubon Junior High. Much love to you. That's 40 years right there, Veronica. 86. Boom. All right, y'all. I'm out.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Come on. Make way for the bad guy. There's a bad guy coming through.